Hello everyone, it's Jordan here again, and today I'm going to be doing another video. Now, if you've watched my Yamaha PSR 220 and other SFF1 styles part 1 video, you know that I've transferred the PSR 620, 520 and 220 styles to my keyboard, my PSR E413. But today, we're going to see if this PSR 78 of mine beats the accompaniment of the PSR 620 and 520 and 220, because this keyboard came out around about these times, but back then the popular keyboard at the time was the 520 and 620, the 220 wasn't even out yet, because this was the first PSR in 1996. So we're going to be comparing some styles that I may have on the E413 and the 78, but we're going to be comparing a rhythm. So some of you may not know that these keyboards do compete with each other, the 78 and the 220 and the 7000. But first, before we do anything else, I'm going to make sure the light's on in this room before we go ahead and compare keyboards, which it is. If you guys want to take a quick look at the PSR 78. Sorry, I don't know what's inside this keyboard. There. And let me just stretch this guitar out of the way. I do collect all kinds of musical stuff, by the way. It's not just keyboards. So this is the PSR 78. It's fairly lightweight, fairly quiet as well. Not meant to be a loud thing. Although if you do hook it up to a keyboard amplifier, you can get some maximum loudness out of it. You'll notice that I'm not using an adapter. That's because the adapter plug isn't working, but I use batteries instead. But overall, it's still in good working health. So let's just go ahead and compare some rhythms, starting with light rock ballad. Now putting my PSR 78 aside, we're going to go over to the E413, load the light rock ballad that I downloaded from Yamaha onto the E413. I believe it's this one here. And you know styles take a while to load onto this keyboard. And by the way, if you can't hear my keyboards properly, blame Lenovo's pathetic camera. Lenovo laptops are known for having pathetic cameras. Anyway, here we go. This is the light rock ballad style that was on the PSR 520, 620, 7000 and 220. Now we're going to do it the other way around. We're going to go for 8-beat up pop on this keyboard, and then we're going to do the same on the PSR 78, as the styles borrow the same names too, on both keyboards. So this shouldn't take a while to load. Not all these styles are on the 78, or should I say all these comparisons, especially some of them. So I'm going to look around the 78 and find some styles, and if I've got them on the E413, we can compare them. So this is the 8-beat. This is the 8-beat up pop style. Or if you have a PSR 330 or the 730, you'll know it as 8-beat up tempo. It's also on this keyboard here, the PSR 195. Which you'll notice is a lot like the PSR 79. I mean, let's take a quick. I'll show you a little glimpse of it. That is the PSR 195. Now that I think of it, we could also compare. I could also do another video later this year about comparing this keyboard to the 78 in terms of sound. So let me just show you it again, if you can actually see it. And that's the PSR 195. It's a lot like the PSR 78, but you get a sustain pedal. You don't on the 79. It's a nice keyboard. I'm probably considering putting up for sale at some point in the future, because I don't use it often. So let me put the 195 back where it was standing before we can continue on with the video. Let's see. Here we go. We're going to compare 8-beat. We're going to compare 8-beat up pop. So here we go. Now we're going to go over to my PSR 78 and find the same rhythm. And I think you'll find that it sounds a lot better on this keyboard, in my opinion. Let me just find it. I know what number it is. I think this is it. There we go, 8-beat up pop. Let's listen to what it sounds like on here. It sounds really nice, actually. It's a nice ending to that. Let me just move this over here where the PSR 413 is. Oh, I nearly knocked it off. But anyway, that's the PSR 78 8-beat up pop. The one thing this keyboard benefits from the most is the jam track feature, which I think is quite nice. But the PSR 220 has that too. And this is considered a mini PSR 220, and it's not as good as the 220 is. But saying that, it does have its ups and downs. I mean, this keyboard is quiet. Okay, we're going to go to the next rhythm on this keyboard, which is 8-beat light. And if I remember rightly, I don't even know which position it's on my PSR 413. So hang on, there only more while I go look for that style on there. So let's go. think what I like about that mostly is the piano thing in the first variation. Now I'm gonna put this keyboard over there so I know where it is. Now I'm gonna try and load it into the E413 from my collection of PSR 220 rhythms. Now bear in mind I've probably got the wrong rhythm, and this bag's in the way, so I don't know where room to put it because of this silly old... Now that I think of it, I'll put it on top of the Crane CVP 750 for now, because I'm not really needing to use that digital piano. Also, it's going up for sale, so if anyone's interested in getting the Crane CVP 750, let me know in the comments. But it is an expensive digital piano, so don't bank on it, because not many, only the lucky ones, only those who have enough, will be able to afford the Crane CVP 750. Oh, what's this here? Oh, it's just the back of my Casio CT 656. Which I forgot to put back on. I thought I saw that come off the digital piano, but let me just put this back on the CT 656 keyboard, which I've done a few videos of. You want to watch my video of me comparing it with the PSR 200? Then be my guest. But anyway, that rhythm should be loaded into the E413, so let's give it a try. Let's see if we've loaded the right one in. And no, we haven't. So, I do not know which position I put 8-beat light in, so this may take a while, folks. But that doesn't mean we can't chat about Yamaha's history with these keyboards. You see, back then, the PSR 7000 was the top of the range back when the PSR 78 and 220 came out. A lot of people were buying the 7000 because it had great sounds, great features, amazing rhythms. And when the PSR 620 came out, the year after, a few months afterwards, people were anticipating its release because it was lower end and it was a lot cheaper. But Yamaha promised the same sound engine as the PSR 7000 and 4000. And then there was the PSR 520, which was a lot cheaper than both keyboards put together, which a lot of people anticipated getting because it was the most common back in 1995. So what you had was your high end, which was your PSR 4000 and 7000. Middle to high end, mid-high end, mid-range was the PSR 620. And I guess you could say the PSR 520 was the entry at the time. But then there was also the PSR 320 and 420, which they have exactly the same rhythms as on the PSR 78. I know it's taken a while to find this rhythm because I have disorganised my sound collection on this keyboard. But if you've watched my PSR 220 and other SFF1 style videos, perhaps you can help me find where 8-beat light is in the future, because I did feature it in a video. But I want us to listen to that because it's a load of awesomeness. And you can probably hear some styles. That's because I'm trying to find the styles. The moment I've loaded Slow Fox in, which I don't want to load in. And some styles take a while to load into this keyboard, I know. Oh, there we go, here we go. This is 8-beat light. I have to give that to the PSR 220. It is so expressive. Now, of course, I don't have the PSR 220, but PSR E413 is being the PSR 220 for me. So, Thanks a lot, Yamaha PSR E413. You'll notice that the 620 rhythms, although they have one-touch settings, they don't have an associated voice with them, but the 78 does. I need to move this keyboard adapter because I use it for my PSR 260 when I'm connecting it to MIDI. Alright, we've listened to 8-beat light. Do I have any other rhythms on this keyboard? Let me see if I can find a 8-beat pop. I believe I've got something similar. I'm probably... That's a 8-beat ballad, 8-beat up pop, Detroit pop, light pop, folk rock. Oh yeah, I do have folk rock actually, but I'm not gonna use it in this video because I want to compare the last rhythm. This is it. This is going to be the last comparison, and then after that we're going to cast a vote. Do you vote for the PSR 78 or the PSR 220? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and one more thing before I start this video, this part of the prison video. In 1996, when the PSR 520, 620 and 7000 were getting really popular, along with the PSR 320 and 420, which were the entry-level keyboards, the 320 and 420 became discontinued because they weren't selling right. So they became discontinued pretty quickly and were replaced with this keyboard, the PSR 78. Although the PSR 320 and 420 were still being sold at the time in music stores because they were shipped to a load of them, they became discontinued really quickly. But this keyboard was the new, in 1996, was the replacement for the PSR 320 and 420, if anyone wanted to use all the rhythms. And it had, but while it lacked a cartridge slot, it had those rhythms, but it had really good demo songs. Because if you wanted cartridges, you just had to rely on your PSR 520 if you had one. But then when the PSR 220 came out, things really got better for Yamaha because they were selling like hotcakes, the 220s were. And they were the cheapest, where they were cheaper than the PSR 520 and 620 put together, and even cheaper than the 4000 and 7000. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get on with this let's get on with 8-beat pop. And now finally, the PSR 220, which of course the PSR E413 is happily doing for me, so I don't have to worry about that. So I've got my PSR E413 disguised as a 220 doing these rhythms. But you'll notice, you can see it's a PSR E413 anyway, it's just adopting the role of the PSR 220, because I have not got the 220. And until someone around Lancashire is selling one, I probably won't be able to get one anyway. But saying that, let's listen to how that 8-beat pop sounds on this keyboard. And that's all for me. Although I do want to give you some more keyboard facts before I end this video. The Yamaha PSR 220 keyboard benefits from having dynamic styles. So these are exclusive PSR 220 only rhythms like Latin rock and pop reggae. The PSR 78 has none of that, which gives it a bonus to win my, which gives the 220 a bonus to win my vote. That doesn't mean they're not good keyboards though. I mean, if you're on a budget, then go for the 78. And the PSR 78 sells for around £10 if you get it from a car boot sale like I did. And I believe it used to be a school keyboard, because there were two ladies selling it because they wanted to clear out. Yeah, so they were pretty generous to sell it for that cheap. So yeah. Also, the PSR 520 and 620 and 7000 has a style that is not on the PSR 220, 16-beat pop, or at least the version that's on the 195. But I'm going to end this video with the demo from the PSR 220. PSR 78. Now, a lot of you will know this tune. So here we go. You're about to see what the 78 can really do. Now that one was J Street. Sorry, it nearly went on to the next song. I'll probably show all the songs in a future video, and there's 20 of those songs. I need to clean these keyboards, man, actually. Especially since I got them. The only exception is the PSR E413, which I got brand new. Right. Now, onto the news. I have a few keyboards I no longer need now, and they're the following keyboards: the Yamaha PSR 195, the Crane CDP 750, and the Yamaha PSR E313. These are for a reason. The Yamaha PSR 195 borrows a lot from the PSR 260, so there's no point on keeping it. The Yamaha PSR E313 is no longer needed because I now have the PSR E413. And the Crane CDP 750 is just too big and I don't have enough room for a digital piano, even if my whole life depended on it. Digital pianos cost a lot of money and they need to be insured. I believe it's every 6 months for a digital piano, especially if you get it from Cranes, which my digital piano is. But let's go on to some future video announcements. Of course, Yamaha PSR 220 and other SFF1 styles. part 2 is coming up pretty much soon. I just need to decide when I'm going to be doing the video, because I need to load a lot more rhythms into the instrument. I do have another Windows tips and tricks video coming up, and this time it'll be how you can troubleshoot update problems and some of the tricks that you can do in Windows 10, because most of you will be using Windows 10 now. In fact, you all should be using either Windows 8, 8.1 or 10. None of you should be using Windows 7 right about now, because Microsoft are going to discontinue support and security updates for Windows 7. So if you've got a Windows 7 PC, check to see if it can run Windows 10, and then you can upgrade. And then the next video I've got is a music soft downloader tutorial, which will be coming in, I believe it will be around about, I'll probably do it in September or something. And then another video I'll probably do is another update to my keyboards collection. So what we'll probably do is check how many keyboards I have and see if any have changed. And then I'll be doing another video about what to do if you suspect you've downloaded stupid stuff onto the Braille Sense, because the Braille Sense is known for downloading unsafe stuff. So whether that be a virus or something that's inappropriate, the Braille Sense is known for that. You go on a website that the Braille Sense can't locate, it will locate a fake download link, often with a blank edit box. And the download solely depends on the file extension. If it's an exe file, it's going to do harm to your PC, no doubt. So we're going to be looking at what to do if the Braille Sense does that. Now my main solution to that problem was report it to the press, because the press deserve to know about how unsafe Braille Sense U2 units are. And I can't believe Sight and Sound are still distributing those virus-ridden computers. Anyway, enough is enough. That was the PSR 78 and PSR 220 versus accompaniment. So let's see what you guys think in the comments. I give 1 to the PSR 220. Which one do you give? Let me know in the comments. And also, if any of you is interested in those 3 keyboards I mentioned that I don't use, let me know, because they can be really good companions if you treat them that way. I mean, I no longer need them. This is Jordan Libsy signing off, saying have a good day, everyone.